Welcome everybody back to the Fukaru Sport GT. As you can see, the unfortunate RPM. I know everybody has been rooting for RPM, and I am all for it. But unfortunately, he did get a problem in the first race and ended up getting moved back to the front. But he did get a good lap time. DeathPercepshun dominated in the first race with his pole position time. SAS Montana. Montana's currently in the points lead. We have a tie between RPM and DeathPercepshun and RPM are tied for second place, while Montana has taken the lead. So I had to run over and say something, man. That was the fastest parade lap I've ever seen. So who's in third position? Okay, so RickyBobby, the famous RickyBobby. We're going to start on him today. I don't know. It's kind of weird having him start, but today again, we're at the Circuit de Palomino. Palomino? Yeah, that's exactly it. This is actually used this track in the past, and we had a lot of fun with it. These racers love doing it. There's actually an update to this track, so if you haven't played it before, make sure you link it on Xbox One. And we are racing away. DeathPercepshun with a big pull ahead. And it looks like it's going to be impressive. Ray Emerald takes the inside of RickyBobby to take that position as he slowly meanders into the corner there. Had to go low and slow to get out of it. Now, RPM again had broke a big problem at the beginning of his race, which allowed him to be dropped at the back here. But normally, I really think he would have been really crushing for speed, and he's really going for points, and he's got DeathPercepshun to beat. Montana, though, is definitely going to be hungry, and he's going to want it. But today, they cannot beat that. I think it's a 105. Yeah, so a 105. They can't break a 105 par time today. If they do, it's a 3-point deduction for doing that. Obviously, we can add in anytime all four wheels go off the track, or if we catch them curb boosting, which isn't allowed in the race today. But other than that, I mean, it's been sky's the limit. I love when you have a good track of good players that you really you don't have to worry about them. It's such a dream come true. And everybody that we have out here today is not only incredible competitors, but just incredible drivers in general. They're just a lot of fun. The idea that they had to, a lot of these guys worked for 40 minutes beforehand, just getting cars that would be enough to get that 105 on this really, really fast track. As usual, I'm your host, VIPPrimo. Since I didn't bring that up before, remember to like and subscribe on the channel. Today, they're going to have a 10-race challenge. And the winner is going to get with the points over 10 points, is going to get given a $1.25 million cash card. So they are really excited about it, and that's why this competition has been so heated. And you can see DeathPercepshun up there not taking prisoners. I remember we had this conversation at the beginning of the season this year that he's the guy that's going to really want to bring it. And he really didn't start off well, and we were kind of concerned that Death was going to have a very bad year again, with problems like breaking par and other problems like that. And once again, he really brought it back this year, and I really am. I mean, this could be his year. One of those people that I kind of put investment in to say, can they win it? But RPM is not out of this. I know that you're going to see him in the back position, but that's the thing is don't count him out. He's the kind of guy that will not, let this ride. He's going to go for the points. RickyBobby is another person right now who had a really bad incident that put him way back in the points at the first race. He had come out dominant, and we're going to go back to him real quick so we can talk about him. So yeah, RickyBobby here with his Comet SR changed over to his new Sport GT colors. Started off really well in the season. Got into a little bit of a trouble in one of his races. Dropped par. Ended up getting into a crash, and it really put him back a lot. and he's doing his best right now to recover from that position. Blast from the past here as we go back up to AndrewIzShady. Andrew is one of our longtime race guys, and he is somebody that definitely to look out for. Now, this is somebody that really came out of nowhere. I did not expect that. This is I'm going to say her because it's her. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but came out, raced the first race, was in competition trying to keep under par, and brought the heat when it came to this car, and came in like first or second, I think, the first race. So it just continues to do constant. This is somebody that you're going to keep your eye out for, because I really think this is somebody to, you know what I mean, it's going to be definitely somebody who could win it and take it all, and really become a shocker. And I think that would be great, and I wish her the best of luck with that. I had a lot of fun racing with her. It's one of those things, like anytime you get new racers, no matter who they are, you always get kind of that feeling of like, okay, is this person going to be a good driver, or are they going to crash? Is this going to be somebody we're going to look out for? And I was really impressed with the driving right out of the gate, and was, like I said, happy to have them. Everybody we have on the field is, you know, good and solid in their field play, which is, I mean, you're going to see it here. We'll end it with hopefully no crashes. I mean, the only one we had last time was really RickyBobby, and then he came back to me later and said he was having a problem with racing, and it's unfortunate to see it, but it does happen. So we just hear some passing going on. So yeah, when we did the testing, it was funny because you like really have times when you're like, okay, how do we put everybody in order? Because everybody has a 105 lap. We had 3 people with 106s. The total time between first and last when it comes to the actual lap time is actually less than a second. So here's Rhymes with the 770. There's RPM. RPM has begun to move up through the ranks here, all the way up to 7th. Let's move up to RPM. He's going to really, really try to run it, and let's see how it goes. So let's go over and look real quick at our lap times. So there you go. Like I said, 105s. You can tell there's 105s and 106s. RPM with the best lap at a 105.238. That's he's got a lot of time to make up, and he's definitely showing. Like I said, I don't count this guy out by bar none. We're just going to watch some of his magic happen. Here he is taking on RickyBobby, somebody that he actually ousted from the first place. He is actually tied for second and place with our leader of this race, DeathPercepshun, right now. So he's definitely got to overtake and stay under par while he's doing it. So and as somebody said the other day, we actually pay attention to RPM long enough so that we can see him curb boosting, so that we can deduct him points. And it's not my fault, guys. Really, it's not my fault. I'm not doing it. So to get off of that for a second, we're going to go right back up to Montana to see what that lead pack looks like, and I'm sure it's going to be impressive. He's still, RPM, I think, is RickyBobby's always been competitive, so it's going to be hard to get past once everybody gets in their groove, if you will. You know, like it kind of, the first lap, you can't really break par because you're, you know, going the speed that you're going. So it gets a chance for everybody to kind of draw together. And then once we get here, it's a matter of 0.0 seconds. That's really the difference that you're going to see between these guys for the win. And it's going to be amazing. And competitive. And fun. And a blast. And I have way too much fun doing this. Just say it, guys. Love that you guys tuned in. I want to thank everybody that's commented. All the guys that have done benefits, put us on the map here. We've made it to 1,000 subscribers. We got our first actual post. There was a comment post. There was an option I've never had in the past, and it's just a lot of fun. All right. So we got Montana just rolling along here. It looks like he was making some points up, but he just was not getting the thing. Not taking the spot. Poor him roll man back here. He is seeing that time go. Oh, Ricky has engine problems. He's dropped off the map. Well, that's going to give RPM that position. There he is. He moves up to 6th. Still has AndrewIzShady overcome. We see a little bit of battling going up front. So I can hear the noise. Just, can you imagine every lap just seeing that person up there and saying, "Hey, can I take them?" You know, just pouring a little bit of speed, and it can put you over that hump, and you know, end up being so. There's Montana with his best lap. I think that RPM may have hit his stride with where he was at. He's going to have a lot to overcome to get into it. So much to now that looks like Death's got some kind of, you know, another push, and now Emerald's looking for that top position. There's how our times look. We're gonna drop like 106 right there. AndrewIzShady with the 106. Like RPM might be able to do something with that. Let's see. So RPM is going to be a second faster than AndrewIzShady if he kept with this thing. He's very good at being consistent. So if he's got that time, he's definitely going to, you know, press for that position. And it looks like, oh, Rhyme's back there too. Things really get mixed up at this point right here. Like, is he able to take him? Is he not able to take him? There it is, inside line. He's got it. He's nailed it. Got that position back. Now he's moved up to where we at? Oh, 6th position, man. It's going to be. He's taking it for 5th, and then that car just is so fast that it just wants to move out. But RPM's got it. Andrew's settled in his position there. So that's going to put him up in, I'm guessing, 5th. Yep. So that's 5th position. That's a good point position. May not be what he wants, especially with Death leading the pack here. Yeah, so back to Montana's grinding at him. Montana, leader of the points right now, does not want to obviously leave that on the floor. But it looks like Death is just making solid, consistent times, and that's something else that he does well. So that's, you can see that distance there, and that's what you have to overcome. It's so tough to really pull it. It's just going to be a matter of being consistent for a bunch of laps. Right here is probably one of the toughest turns in the track because you have to really get on the brake and try to late brake it so you can put as much momentum as you can in that corner. And that's what you can see right there. That made up a lot of distance. He's pulling a lot of momentum through that corner. Emerald's probably pretty happy here. Emerald has won series before, and him coming in here, he can take this if he's got the right car and the right timing, and it looks like he does. Very nice run from both these guys. I want to drop back and see. Oh, Emerald with the 104. So he's the first guy to get pinged with Boba Par. So that's going to be a 3-point hit for him. But that's the thing is it's, I mean, look at the competition. This is the part that gets very difficult because you want to take that position. You want to run as hard as you can. And then you really you have to have that car that really wants to stay where it's going to stay to keep you from getting dinged at the end. And there's Emerald has made up a lot of time because of that good lap. But there's Montana pushing through. Goes a little bit outside with this turn. There's a little bit of difficulty this turn that you're not seeing because there's a space out and then you come back in. And that part right there is actually a little bit of a hard left. And what it does is it makes you so that you have to take a little bit of a wider stance. You don't want to go too wide because you lose a lot of momentum in that turn. And Montana is looking to be as consistent as possible, stays off those corners, and you just see these guys up here. They want it. They want it bad. And now the big thing for Emerald is really you've broken par. I know he doesn't know it, but it's like if you know it because you've been paying attention, not only do you want to break par, but now you don't want to come in any position other than first because first will at least get you, the 0 to 60 that you want. But it looks like the constant here is going to happen. It looks like right here he gets a lot of momentum on Death, but then Death gets into this direct area here and then has a lot of issues catching back up to him. So let's go back over to RPM, who has been slowly ilking his way up the field. But now, like I said, he's hit Chris, and Chris is, I feel like, going to be that brick wall. It's going to be tough to beat because now, we're consistently timing things. And oh yeah, he's got a, we don't even see her in the picture. Got a whirl to overcome right there. That's it, the 105. So let's go over to Chris. See if she has. Whoa. What happened? Oh, that was it. Yep. So there it is. Rhymes with tape. AndrewIzShady's. Rhymes takes the inside. Andrew takes the second position there, and we're gonna finish. That's how we're gonna finish the race. Woo! Amazing. That's a lot of fun. Just couldn't, SAS just couldn't make the time with it. Couldn't pull it back together. There's Chris with the 104, with the fourth position with the 105s. Everything was pretty close, but Emerald barely ran over that par time. It's unfortunate because he had a really good run today, and I'm sure he's going to come back next weekend, which I hope you guys come back next weekend too. Thank you guys for watching the Sport GT Racing event. If you are eventually involved, let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Have a great day.